everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to the Vampire Amazon Challenge in The Sims 4. We are following the reign of Queen Darling Cloudysnell, who has recently celebrated the birthday of her sole surviving daughter and heiress. And now the day has finally come for the court's two remaining children to enter a new phase of their life. Now that they are of age, it is time for Lord Yorick Gracewipe and Crown Princess Nimue Cloudysnell to be joined in marriage. But there are already rumors about the bride. It's clear Nimue's had feelings for her betrothed for a while now, but she's declared that she will not have children. Some of the ladies, like Akira, have advised the queen to end the betrothal as a result. Marriages are meant to benefit offspring, and if there is none to be had, what use is it? But Darling has held firm, reminding the court that Nimue is still young and that perhaps one day she will change her mind. With a worried heart, Queen Darling declares Lord Yorick and Crown Princess Nimue as husband and wife before the whole court. She wishes upon them eternal unity and prosperity, along with strong children to secure the Cloudysnell bloodline. But here she looks away, and the ladies feel her disappointment. And so the ceremony comes to a close in the presence of vampires, ghost and living. It is 9 p.m. on Saturday, and Crown Princess Nimue has finally gotten married to Lord Yorick. He is now her Lord Consort, which is very exciting. She has also gained an extra influence point from this marriage because her husband is a noble. So that is absolutely amazing. I cannot believe we have finally reached this phase of the story. They managed to survive their teenage years, become immortals. They will now be remembered in vampiric history and in our family trees, like their appearances will. And they are now married to each other. I know we still have some hurdles before she is actually crowned queen and we move into the next generation, but we are one step closer to that. It is good that we have at least reached this kind of place. So okay, I've already gone ahead, cut the wedding cake and gotten them to eat it, and they've been more or less interacting with each other for a little bit. But guys, look, this is their wedding portrait. We can kind of see that Yorick looks very prim and proper, looking straight ahead, and then Nimue, she kind of looks happy. She looks happy, obviously, because this is a marriage to someone that she does want with her heart. And look, she's staring straight at him and she is in such a good mood. I feel like kind of different to the vibe that Zuleika was giving. Now, I have witnessed these two autonomously having romantic interactions. They were standing in front of the wedding arch. Nimue kissed him. That was their first romantic interaction ever. And then Nimue, I think, kissed him again on the cheek. And nobody really was looking. They were busy eating cake and doing other stuff. So I kind of feel like this is not what was happening with Zuleika and Zorro, where Zuleika was flirting with him to show everyone else they were fine. In this case, I really do feel like Nimue genuinely likes Yorick. If we look at her moodlet, she is feeling fine by the marriage, but I think that's because she can't fully enjoy it because of the rumors flying around about her decision to not have children. Half the court is not happy with it. So it's, I think, creating a bit of a, lukewarm situation where, yes, she is deep inside quite joyful to be unified with Yorick, but at the same time, she realizes that some of the members of court aren't happy with this marriage, so she's having to kind of control her emotions, I think. Yorick, meanwhile, is very happy. I think to Yorick, he sees this marriage as a freedom from his curse, the fact that he kept having all these betrothed princesses who were dying, but finally this one, she survived to immortality and is now married to him. So it's like in his head he is free of this curse he was under, and as someone who is the last kind of member of his bloodline, the Gracewipe bloodline, I think he would feel he has done his mother proud by unifying his family with the royals, with the Cloudysnell bloodline. So he's in a really good mood. Now I feel like with their dynamic, it is the opposite of Zuleika and Zara. Zuleika wanted to use Zara as a tool, and she was very hesitant about the marriage, but she was enjoying the influence that she was getting from it. With Nimue, I feel like her decision to not have children is also her being the complete opposite of Zuleika. Like, she doesn't want to use Yorick for something. The whole reason these marriages occur is obviously so that the males can pass on their family influence to their daughters. But Nimue doesn't want to use Yorick for that reason. She's not marrying him for that. She genuinely likes him, and she's happy with this match. Yorick obviously has never really, I think, seen Nimue in a romantic light. Now that they are married, he might start reciprocating or accepting her advances because he feels like that's the proper way for a husband of the crown princess to act, for a husband who is Lord Consort to act. But he might start opening his heart up to her as time goes by. And with Nimue, we know that she has been crushing on him for quite a while now. That is one thing. The other thing that I want to talk about is, the division in court. So we do have half the court or certain court members that aren't happy with this match, and those members are namely Akira and Vladislav, who I think is, where is Vladislav? Vladislav? She's not actually mourning in the crypt? Where'd you go? Oh. Well, she's not in the crypt, but she is talking with the ghost of Nydia. Well, that's certainly interesting. I feel like Vladislav gets up to some fascinating things. Back to Nimue. Vladislav and Akira, they are of the opinion that this betrothal should have been dissolved, because if they are not having offspring, what is the point of a betrothal? And it kind of makes sense because Akira, she pretty much hates Yorick. Vladislav hates Nimue and doesn't have a good impression of Yorick. So if we look at Yorick's relationship, I mean, the queen also hates Yorick, and I think the queen is maybe a little bit judgmental of Yorick too. I feel like this hatred, it definitely happened like way back when with Zara at that time. Like, Yorick started being a bit resistant, and the queen didn't like that because he was kind of her pick for Zara. So she didn't appreciate that, and I feel like that sentiment has stuck around. But she already has a bad opinion of Yorick, but she feels like this match is important. Akira was kind of playing off of that and saying that, this shouldn't be a thing. You should pretty much end it. Nothing is going to come out of it. And Vladislav obviously wants to sabotage Nimue. She doesn't like Nimue at all. So she would obviously use this as an excuse to jump onto Akira's bandwagon and say that, yes, Akira, she makes a lot of sense. So that's one side. Then we have members like Lilith and Caleb, who kind of feel as though it might be good to have the marriage go through in case Nimue changes her mind in the future. It's gonna help any princesses born into the Cloudy Snow bloodline. So the court is definitely no. But the court is definitely divided on this marriage. I feel like with Zoro and Zuleika, everyone was happy with that. Everyone is excited for it, but this one's more tough. Also, I have noticed autonomously that Nimue and Yorick, they seem to be sitting down together a lot, like on the same sofas, which is very interesting. But she does have a 7 romance with Yorick, which is kind of nice. So they have started being a little bit more romantic. We'll see how things go with time. But okay, give me a moment and then we'll come back and continue with the whims for some of the ladies to see what's going on in their minds. We are going to start off with Lady Caleb. She wants to discuss fine cuisine, so let's see who she has the closest relationship with. She has a 14 with Vladislav, a 55 with Akira, a 41 with Darling, a 49 with Lilith, a 51 with Yorick, and a 29 with Nimue. So right now she has the closest with Akira, and I think she's gonna try and smooth things over. I mean, they are the two counselors. Right now they do have opposing opinions, but Caleb would try and smooth things over and talk about the wedding cake, you know? Ask her how nice the wedding cake was, which Caleb made. So she's gonna make some small talk with Akira, trying to get her attention, trying to find some sort of middle ground where they can both enjoy the wedding. Caleb definitely feels as though, as someone who's gonna be serving under Queen Nimue, that she should try and back Nimue up, but I also think she doesn't believe in burning bridges, so she would want to keep good relations with Akira. Lilith, meanwhile, wants to finish a painting. Okay, so I think she's feeling very inspired by this wedding scene and she wants to paint, which is excellent because you guys know with the paintings, we're going to be taking them with us to the next generation, or, you know, we're going to be using these paintings when we move into the next castle. So whatever we can get painted here, and I typically only do the paintings when someone has a whim, whatever paintings we can get done here is going to be wonderful for the future. Now I'm wondering where the heck I can put my easel that's going to be like decent for everyone. But also I might have to wait to do her whim a little bit because I don't unfortunately see anything that I want to capture. It would be nice, if I could get Nimue and, I mean, they are the wedding couple, so it would be nice if I can get them somehow. So can I maybe, like, get the easel here, somehow get her to come and do a paint from reference. I don't know if we'll be able to capture them, but let's see, let's try. Come on. Can we grab them? We might be able to just grab them. Oh, look at that! That's actually quite cute. He's looking at her and she's being really happy. Okay, I think we're gonna grab this from their wedding. So they will actually have a painting that Lilith makes from their wedding. And I suppose this, in a way, is gonna be a gift from Lilith, Lady Lilith, to Crown Princess Nimue. I keep mixing up Nydia and Nimue. I'm sure you guys have noticed. It was a little bit easier with Zara and the rest of her sisters. I feel like I used to mix up like Zara, Zuleika, and Vampyre a lot, but I keep mixing Nimue and Nydia. I don't know why I gave them names that are so similar. Also, something that was kind of on my mind, when Zara was crown princess, I didn't think much of the brown hair and the blue-gray eyes that the royals have. I only realized how pretty the blue-gray eyes were and how much I was attached to those genetics was when Nydia became crown princess. And honestly, guys, I freaked out. I thought it was very exciting when Nydia was born and she was different, but I freaked out because I was like, no, my royal eyes, my brown hair. So I was even more excited when Nydia surprisingly died and then Nimue became crown princess, because now we have the brown hair and the blue-gray eyes back, and I don't know, I just feel like it's fitting. It is sad that she doesn't want to continue her bloodline, but still, I'm glad that she's gonna be our queen. Physically, genetically, it feels kind of fitting. So there is that, but this is very nice. It's something we're gonna take. This is gonna be decoration. All the paintings we've made in this generation, like the one that Lilith is doing right now, and these ones in the gallery. Did someone swipe a painting? We are missing there was a painting of Billy. We are missing a painting of Billy, guys. No one here has a painting of Billy. Did we just have like theft in the castle? I don't know who stole that painting. The only one who was klepto was Nydia, and she's not even here. Can the ghosts steal? I don't know if they can. But it must have been one of the acolytes. They stole a painting of ours. We've had a theft. Okay, well, I guess that painting is not going to be taken. But we have these 3 paintings, which we are going to take with us. They're going to be, like, they're going to form the decoration of the new castle, including the one that Lilith is making. I also kind of feel like this gift... Oh, geez, where's the painting at? The painting's over here. I feel like she's making another one already. But I think this painting is Lilith's way of showing some sort of solidarity with the union of Nimue and Yorick. It's kind of her way of saying that there are members of the court who support you too. Also, I just want you guys to look at Yorick and Nimue together here, and then look at this portrait that we did a long time ago. This portrait, which at the time to me felt so random because Lilith was kind of just in the area and she wanted to paint, and she made a painting, of Yorick and Nimue. This was when Yorick was engaged to Zara, and I remember us talking about maybe Zara misunderstanding these two. They had nothing going on at the time, not even friendship. Like, misunderstanding these two, Zuleika potentially misunderstanding these two, and then guess what? It's so fascinating that somehow the story ended up changing and twisting in a way where even though they meant nothing to each other at this point in time, they ended up getting married to each other. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? That's also the fun thing about having paintings like this, because stuff changes so quickly, so much over the course of a season, and oftentimes in unexpected ways. This to me felt so random. Little did I know that they were fated for each other. And things like this make me feel even more so that for anyone who is rewatching the series, you're gonna have a completely different experience to all of us who are going through it the first time, because there were so many things like this moment that we missed out. But going back with the foresight of what the ending is, you'll see a whole bunch of things, and you'll pick up stuff in the story that we didn't the first time around. And you'll be like, hey, isn't that interesting? Because this ends up happening later on. I thought that was so cool. Okay, so that's one thing with Lilith. And then, let's see, Akira, she had something that is no longer there, so I'm just gonna have to see what else we can get done within the wedding celebrations, like in the wedding hall. I need you to give me something I can work with in the wedding hall. Look at the bright side. Is that something she can do on her own? Can you look at the bright side on your own? Well, apparently, but I mean, I guess she's not in a negative mood, so we can't do that. That's okay. Come on, Akira. Give us something to work with. Give us something to work with, please. Give us something. Something that doesn't have to do with ghosts. We can't even play a card game right now. We need stuff that we can do in the wedding hall. And we have the archery tournament notice, which I know, I am aware of, but we're gonna have to wait probably for the next episode for that to occur. Okay, Akira wants to share insecurities. This makes me feel really sad though, because she used to, I don't know who she has shared insecurities with since her daughter Zuleika died. She used to, back in the day, share insecurities with Miko, Yorick's mother. And then after Miko, she's only ever really shared insecurities with... No, she became really good friends with Billy at one point. But after that, she only used to share insecurities with her daughter Zuleika. And Zuleika's not here. So I want to see, who does she have the closest relationship with? She has a 26 with Vladislav, a 24 with Lilith, a 47 with Queen Darling, a 73 with Nimue, a minus 98 with Yorick, a 58 with Caleb. Okay, So she's going to share insecurities with Nimue, with the bride. Since she has such a good relationship with Nimue, I definitely don't think Akira is wanting to kind of break this marriage because she's going against Nimue the way Vladislav is doing. I think in Akira's eyes, she has maybe pinned all of her hopes and dreams for the future on Nimue. She has come to kind of see Nimue as a bit of a, I think, daughter. And I think she has a problem with Yorick. And maybe she feels as though as counselor, she should try and help the Crown Princess realize her dreams and aspirations in a way that she couldn't do for her own daughter. And in a way that she couldn't do even for Zara, who she was really close to back in the day. Maybe she's interpreting Nimue's declaration not to have children as Nimue's hesitancy with the marriage. Akira, I'm pretty sure, now looking back, is remembering that at the time Zuleika didn't want to get married to Zoro, but that's kind of what Akira and the Queen had decided for. Oh, well, you know, the Queen had decided for her, and then Akira, as the wedding day was coming closer, was kind of pushing Zuleika to go for it. I think she doesn't want to put Nimue through that, and she kind of feels like Nimue is not entirely happy with this, so she's thinking in her head that she's doing Nimue a favor. She's like clearing a path for her and giving her an excuse to have this arrangement dissolved, but I don't think she realizes that Nimue is happy with this. Nimue wants this. Just because she doesn't want children doesn't mean she doesn't want to be married to Yorick. Very complicated. Whole lot of confusion going on. Okay, Queenie, we don't want you dying of thirst. But, let's see. She wants to play a prank. So let's see who she has the closest relationship with. She has a 47 with Akira, a minus 98 with Yorick, a 20 with Vladislav, a 13 with Lilith, a 96 with Nimue, and a 43 with Caleb. Now the Queen is disappointed in Nimue's decision, but at the end of the day, I think the Queen is quite attached to Nimue because Nimue is her sole surviving child at this point. And to be honest, Nimue, from the time she became a teenager, has been the Queen's choice for heiress. So in a way, a lot of her dreams are being actualized with Nimue. And I think this decision of Nimue to not continue her dynasty has completely taken the Queen by surprise. But I think she wants to ask a due date. Oh yes. I feel like that would be quite the prank on someone who doesn't want to get pregnant and doesn't want to have kids. But I definitely feel like the Queen hopes that her daughter will reconsider in the future. She'll make light of the situation now, but she's trying to pave the way for Nimue, which is the opposite to what... It's like Queen Darling and Akira have the same hope for Nimue, but they're going about it in two different ways. They have different assumptions about what Nimue wants, but I guess nobody really understands what's going on in her mind. And finally, with Nimue, apparently she fulfilled the whim she wanted to do, but let me see if there's anything else I can help out with. Well, there is no children for you to be mean to, and you can't ask him out on a date, your husband out on a date just yet. Give me something I can help you with right now. Oh, look, take a nap on her wedding day. You know what? I'm kind of surprised she's been awake, like, up until this point. But let's go and take a nap. If that's what you want, take a nap on your wedding day. That is okay. That is okay. You rest, you recover. But I think, guys, we might be able to kind of put things to a close. It's very nice of Bako to be playing. Actually, hold on a second. I just realized something. We have Bako in this wedding. Oh my goodness. We didn't even invite We didn't even invite her father. This is ridiculous. Salim, where'd you go? Guys, Salim wasn't even invited to his own daughter's wedding. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Bako's children are dead. This is so mean to say, but literally his kids are dead. You know what? Just so that we can say that Salim was late, but he came and he participated, okay? We're gonna get Salim here because this is ridiculous. Salim needs to be with us and he needs to have celebrated his child's wedding. So there we go. Salim, you were supposed to be with us and you were supposed to hang out with your daughter, congratulate her, whatever else. There we go, there we go. Get to know your son-in-law, you know, participate in the wedding celebrations. I am so sorry. This is completely my bad. I completely forgot. I'm so used to Bako being there all the time. I forgot that he is not the princess's father. Because Zoro and Zara had the same father, so I forgot that the other offspring have different sires. It's okay, guys. He was late, but he rocked up, okay? He was late, but he showed up. He did get to participate. But I think we should be able to wrap up the episode in terms of what's happening in the future. Unless something goes terribly wrong, guys. I do think after this, we only have 2 episodes left of Generation 1. We're gonna do the archery tournament in the next episode. And then in the episode after that, we should be having the finale. We should be having Queen Darling hand over the throne and the crown to Crown Princess Nimue. So that's gonna be pretty exciting. We're like pretty much to the end of Generation 1. I'm so proud of us for getting here finally. And fingers crossed, Nimue and Yorick are not going to die. They are going to survive. I am determined to make sure that they survive. But okay, guys, I'm gonna leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.